It's the man with the plan, D Brown.
And it's your girl, JoJo Brown, and this is Keeping It Real with the Browns, where we keep it all the way real.
All the way real.
Hello, how's you doing?
Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. Always muy bien, where we talking about one of my favorite subjects.
What we got?
Credit. We are talking about credit. And we're going to be talking about credit because credit is power. And we want you to build it, use it, and grow with it.
That's good.
So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Good
real
stuff.
good.
Good
Episode
stuff.
12. We send a special thanks to all of our supporters, subscribers. You know, we're going to continue to push the envelope. So
Yes.
Before we even get started, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, share with at least 5 to 10 people so we can continue to push the envelope and shifting perspectives and changing lives.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And of course, you definitely want to make sure you are sharing these episodes because This is a lot of value that we're sharing. This is something that somebody needs to hear.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, that a lot of people need to hear, okay?
Sure.
Because guess what? If they don't need it, their auntie might need it, or their granny might need it, or their uncle might need it, their husband, their children, whomever, their friend. So definitely make sure that you are sharing this value with them. Don't be a gatekeeper now, okay? But we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about how improving your credit can open doors. And we're talking about both personal and business, right? Yeah.
But so let me ask you, so why do you feel that credit is important? I know a lot of people that have been following our journey, following exactly what Brown Assets Group, Brown Solution Services, what we do, who we are, and what our mission is. But why is credit important, especially in today's economic climate?
I mean, credit truly, not only can it open doors for you, but it can also close doors for you.
Wow.
So it definitely goes both ways. And having great credit, I mean, it's going to keep more money in your pocket, right? It's going to allow you to reinvest it.
Expound on that. Like when people say, what do they mean when they say having good credit, you can save more, keep more money in your pocket?
For sure. Like you'll be saving on interest rates. We're going to start there, right?
Good.
Because the higher your credit score, the better financing options you have, the better interest rates you have. So definitely, we have to understand that credit is not just a number. It's really what unlocks doors of opportunities for you.
That's real good. That's real good. Yeah, because I wanted to pose that question back to you because I know a lot of people, sometimes it falls on deaf ears when we're saying, oh, this is why credit is important. Like, those that know, right? Again, the biggest expense in life is what we do not know. Mm-hmm. And because it falls on deaf ears to those that are oblivious to the power of credit and what it can truly do for you and for your families, because you've just been operating with just not knowing or simply just saying, you know what, putting it on the back burner. But we can all be real and let, be honest with ourselves and with our supporters and our subscribers, right, in our community to say, hey, listen, there's a lot of people uncertain. There's a lot of people that are like, I don't know which direction to go, but this is why we're here, right? Yes. This is why you're watching this episode, because we're going to continue to educate the masses on the power of credit and how it can truly break down those financial barriers if you leverage it accordingly and properly, right? Yep. So credit is just not a number, right? It is the gateway to opening up more opportunities so you can be able to level up, not only financially, but if you are a business owner or an entrepreneur, you have options.
Yes.
And there's nothing better than having options, right?
Yep.
Having freedom and being able to have that peace of mind. So for those that don't know our story, we'll dive right into it. As far as the Brown story, how we got into this industry. We bought our first home, 2017. This is like pre-pandemic, right? Like 2017, no one knew 3 years later how not just our country, but how the world would shift drastically. Mm-hmm. And when we bought our home, we didn't know. We didn't know. And it was a complete nightmare, right?
Yes, to say the least.
Yeah, it was a complete nightmare. And this is why we always share with our clients as well as our affiliates on, especially if you're in like the real estate industry, like clients that are first time home buyers, especially, even if this is your second or third time buying a home, sometimes you need that refresher.
Oh, yeah.
Number one, you need to hire an honorable realtor and you need to hire an honorable lender, right? You can hire and fire accordingly if you need to, because this is one of the biggest not expenses, but one of the biggest investments that you're going to be making for your family, right? So you need to understand that it's not just going out shopping for a home and then getting to the closing table. No, you want to be strategic and you want to have a peace of mind and know when you sign that dotted line on closing day that you made the best decision for you and your family. And we didn't know that, right? We just were like, pressed to get into home ownership.
Yes.
We bought our home with a 580 credit score.
We thought we was doing something.
Thought we were doing something. All right, 580 credit score. Me doing my due diligence after we buy the home, I find out our neighbor across the street was paying $900 less than what we were paying for the same exact house. So a light bulb clicked. I said, you know what, babe, we got to have a transparent conversation.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we did. We ended up refinancing 6 months after we purchased the home. And we were still in the downside up. It was like spiraling out of control. We were like, wait a minute. This was in Loganville. So at the time, Loganville is a hot market. So property taxes is going up. We get a letter that, hey, your mortgage premium is about to increase, which increased almost $400. So on top of buying a home with a 580 credit score, interest is through the roof.
Through the roof.
Property value goes up. Premium goes up. Additional $400 a month. I said, oh, nah. And we ended up renting the home out. We moved to the city. We ended up renting the home out. And
let's not add in there, we were house broke too, because we couldn't even furnish the whole house because all of it was going into,
we couldn't even furnish our home.
Our bills.
Just imagine, like, you're literally like writing like a game plan down. All right, we're going to put a fence in the backyard. We're going to fully furnish. We homebody, so it's like, we want to do X, Y, and Z to, just make it our home, make it our own, to enjoy it. But we couldn't enjoy it because there was always something that was coming up that we didn't educate ourselves. And this is not to blame anybody else, right? Yeah. Of course, at that time, we were blaming everybody under the sun. But because we're, wise enough, mature enough, and educated enough to say we should have did our due diligence. Right? The information was there. We were just relying on everyone else to give us the information.
Instead of doing our own research.
So this is not to bash anybody. This is just to provide education, right? And value. So you don't make the same mistakes that we made. So we ended up moving to the city. We ended up renting the home out. But in addition of our tenants paying rent, we were still having to come out of pocket, right, to cover the difference of our monthly mortgage. And we had to do that for 3 years. 3 years we had to do that until we ended up saying, you know what? Pandemic, COVID hit. We ended up selling December 2020. And that was it. It was one of those things where we're like, we need to get our credit right. We need to educate ourselves on our finances, the matters of personal finance. So now we have a family, we have children. When they get older, we don't want them to make the same mistakes that we made. And that's what it's all about, right? Ensuring that our kids don't fall into that trap of making the same mistakes that we made, right? And we got into the industry. We were introduced. I left corporate, April 2019, started in entrepreneurship, got into this industry October of 2019, and the rest has been history as far as educating. We're big on the educational piece, right? We can help you all day. We've removed hundreds of thousands of debt from consumers' credit reports since we've been in this industry, right? But it's not just about fixing people's credit. It's about educating you on ensuring that you can sustain a substantial credit score, that you can go and flourish, whether you're an entrepreneur looking to invest, whatever you're looking to do, right? And that's what sets us apart. We've been through it. So whatever you're going through, trust, we've been through a similar situation or even worse. And we decided to take what we thought was negative and turn it into something positive. And that's through our education.
I love it. I love it. I mean, 1000%. Listen, that's just, listen. And as you were talking about credit, shout out to my client, one of our clients who we just got a $10,000 collection off of her credit report. Because let me explain to you what credit does. And if you don't believe me, follow me, Credit Jocana on Instagram, because as he always says, documentation beats conversation every single time, and the results are there. However, so this client has been with us roughly about 60 days, hasn't even met the 60-day mark yet. And she's been in the process of wanting to purchase a home. So I have to share this really quick so that you guys understand the importance of credit, okay? Yeah. She has been in the process of trying to purchase a home. She had a $10,000 collection, $10,066 to be exact. And it was for an apartment community. This is why we are so big on educating. We have to educate ourselves. We have to know what laws are in place that protect us.
Because they're constantly changing, by the way.
Yes, consumer laws, right? So this client has been trying to purchase a home for the past year, hasn't been able to, because she has had that $10,000 collection, and then she has a thin profile, so she really doesn't have anything helping her at all, right? We get that collection off. The first thing she does is she contacts her lender to let them know it's been off. And I say, whoa, slow down a little bit. We still have work to do. You're not out of the woods yet, right? Because we got that negative off of her credit report. We got that $10,000 off, but you still have a thin profile. Have you done the steps that we've been telling you to do? Did you go ahead and take out a secured credit card so that you are establishing positive credit history?
That's good.
Did you, are you reporting your rent where you currently are, because now you're paying on time? Are you reporting it to the bureaus?
Right.
Are you doing, oh no. Well, guess what, ma'am? We still got work to do. And I say all that to say that, remember, guys, credit is bigger than just a 3-digit number, okay? It is literally not only about that number, but what makes up that number, your credit profile. You have to understand your credit profile. What makes up your credit profile? 35% payment history, 30% credit utilization, right? 15% payment history, 10% new inquiries, the other 10% credit mixes, right? And when you have a deep understanding on how your credit score is factored, and you understand those 5 factors that make it, things will flow easily. It will flow easily. When you gain your buying power, when your credit is where it needs to be, not only do you have financial freedom, but you have peace of mind.
Peace of mind, yes.
Peace of mind is everything.
That's good.
Right? Because now you have buying power, you have more options. Hell, if you wanted to go and book a trip to Honolulu or wherever, you have that option to do so.
Absolutely.
So
that's good. Congratulations to that client. We'll,
yes,
of course, like we say, documentation beats conversation. So we'll put up their success win somewhere in this video, so you guys can see it, and it can inspire someone, right? It can truly allow someone to say, wait a minute, if that individual was able to get a $10,000 collection from a previous apartment community, and I have all this on my credit, it can be done. You just have to be willing to get started. You have to be willing to trust the process and know that, hey, listen, we have your best interests at heart, right? Do your due diligence, do your research. Like, look at our credentials, go online, go to Google Business, do what you have to do to ensure that we have helped a lot of people, right? And we're continuing to help more people, because we know that there's so many Americans dealing with unsubstantial credit, dealing with errors on their credit profile, right, that they are completely oblivious to. Some people don't even know what's on their credit because they are either afraid to check their credit report or they're ashamed to check their credit report. And it's be ashamed if you don't take action.
Yes.
Right? Be embarrassed if you don't take action. If you're just sitting on it, putting it on the back burner, and then once Again, credit is not important until it is important. Don't wait until you need your credit. And now you're causing more stress and more burden on yourself because now you're like, oh my gosh, now I'm ready to buy a home. I'm ready to buy a vehicle. But your credit, this whole time, again, we got to get out of our own way, right? So as Joe was mentioning, yes, a lot of consumers are solely focused on their credit score, right? Your credit profile is what's important.
Yes.
This is what the lenders are looking at, right? So when they are looking at your credit profile, they're determining two things: whether you're a liability or an asset, right? In order for them to determine that, they have to assess your credit report, right? And they're identifying and looking at those 5 data points: payment history, amounts owed, which is your utilization, right? So I want you guys to hear me clearly on this. You can hire a Brown Assets Group, Brown Solution Services, or any company to fix your credit. But if you are not doing your due diligence, if you have high credit card balances, right? Again, amounts owed, utilization. Just think of a pie chart, right? 35% is payment history. So one late payment, if you miss one bill, right, that can drop your credit score anywhere between 50 to 120 points. If your utilization on a credit card, it's over the recommended percentage, which is 30%, we always advise you to keep your utilization around 10% or under every single billing cycle, right? So, for example, if you have $1,000 credit card limit, right, on your credit card, you don't want to go over $100 on that credit card. And if you so happen to go over $100, you want to ensure that you pay that balance back before the statement closing date, before they're about to report it to the credit bureaus. And the reason why I'm stressing this, and I know I can sound like a broken record, but I think we have to continuously do this, is because sometimes it falls on deaf ears. Because we've had clients that say, my credit score dropped. All right, cool. Let's go into your credit monitoring. Okay, we see that one of your credit cards just reported 3 days ago, and it reflects your utilization being 65%. If the pie chart, remember a pie chart, if utilization is 30% or under, keeping that utilization 30% or under, and you go over, now you're sitting at 65%, what's going to happen to your credit score? It's going to significantly drop. So now you're looking at our company and saying, well, my score dropped. We can't control what you're doing on your end when it comes to you paying your bills on time and ensuring that you're keeping your utilization where it needs to be. So a Brown Assets Group, Brown Solution Services, provides you that realistic roadmap, and we're telling you exactly what to do, and you do the opposite. You have to hold yourself accountable in that regard. Now, when it comes to derogatory remarks, any erroneous remarks on your credit profile, that's our job. You don't have to worry about that. You continue to trust the process. Let the experts do what we do best, right? But we've had those clients where they're like, we trust you guys, do your thing. And they're only in the program for a couple of months because they did everything that we told them to do.
They followed the roadmap.
From start to finish. Right? But then you have some, it's either falling on deaf ears or they're not wanting to listen. And it's like, well, I've been in the program for 10 months. Well, you've been in the program for 10 months because you're constantly late on paying your bills. You're constantly keeping a high utilization.
You haven't added the positive history.
You haven't added the positive history. If we're telling you, hey, listen, do X, Y, and Z, and you don't do it, and then desperate times calls for desperate measures, now you're reaching out to us, and we're like, we've told you this. We've given you the realistic roadmap. So we want to encourage you, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Trust the expert. Trust yourself, right? You're not your past. Your past mistakes does not define who you are today. And you have to relax in that, right? Now, we want to debunk these myths.
Go for it.
Right? Quote, unquote, I need to accumulate debt in order to have a substantial credit score. I want to share something with you guys. There's something called good debt versus bad debt. And this is one of the reasons why, when you understand this model and this concept, good debt versus bad debt, buying up some real estate, right? Leveraging real estate, getting into the real estate and creating cash flow, right? That's good debt, right? Bad debt is buying a vehicle from a buy here, pay here lot with a 400 credit score, and they're charging you $800 to $1,000 more, where you can get that same car from a brand new vehicle from a reputable dealership with substantial credit, and you got pre-approved through your credit union with a 1% to 2% interest rate. Right? Like, understand good debt versus bad debt. If you're going to a jewelry store or a furniture store and you're racking up all this debt and it's not really helping you, it's more so hindering you from getting to the next level, that's what we call bad debt, right? But when you understand how to leverage good debt to continue to push your financial portfolio, your credit portfolio forward, you're creating cash flow. And now you have business credit versus personal, and now you have business credit and personal credit. So now in the interim, simultaneously, your business credit is growing while your personal credit is growing. Now you have options where you can, like, listen, I can be a PG, which we call a PG is personal guarantor, right? Where you can start leveraging your business credit, be a PG, but it's not tied to your personal profile. It's all tied to your business profile, right? And we can get into that later on, but we got to debunk that myth. We also have to debunk the myth of checking your credit score or your credit report hurts your score. That's not true. You could check your credit every single day, 5 times a day if you want to. This is one of the reasons why it's very important to ensure that you have a reputable credit monitoring provider, okay? This is very essential, right? Because you could check it. It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to cause an inquiry on your credit report. So we'll drop the link in the description as far as the provider that we're partnered with. We've been partnered with them since we started Brown Assets Group, Brown Solution Services, and our clients absolutely love it. Yep. Our business affiliates love it for their clients that they send our way, because it allows them to see exactly everything that's on their credit, what we're doing behind the scenes to help them reach their overall credit score goals. Want to share anything?
That's so good.
On that, or expound on that?
We in class today.
Yeah.
We in class today.
Take your notes out. Take some copious notes.
And that's so good. That is a good myth to debunk, because I've gotten it myself, you know. Checking my credit, is that going to affect it? No. You're not being qualified. We're not trying to pre-qualify you for anything, right? You're not you're not coming to apply to get your credit fixed, okay? Right. So no, you can check your credit score as often as you need to, okay? As a matter of fact, we encourage you to make it a habit to check your credit reports, because again, more than 80% of consumers have errors on their credit reports. So you want to be able to catch it firsthand. So yeah, you know, but again, you know, to kind of just recap, you know, credit is very important, both personal and business, right? Personal credit is going to help you with better interest rates, right? What does that mean? More money in your pockets, right? Easier access to housing, insurance, and cars, right? Again, the higher your credit score, the healthier your credit profile, the better financing options you're going to receive, right? Which essentially is going to give you peace of mind, okay? Remember what I said at the beginning, right? Credit can either open up doors or close doors, okay? And oftentimes we aren't able to unlock these doors of opportunities because we're not willing to face our financial situation, our credit. Again, as he mentioned, don't feel embarrassed for having bad credit. Hell, we just told you on our show, we had bad credit. We bought a house with a 580 credit score, okay? But your butt can't get a house with a 580 credit score. Now I'm telling you right now, not in today's times. And it was it affected us then. Imagine what it does to you now.
Yep.
Okay. So you have to face it and look at it and say, you know what? This ain't the end all be all. There is a solution for this. Absolutely. I'm going to focus on the solution, right? For my business owners, my entrepreneurs, the business benefits is it helps you qualify for business credit and funding. Again, when you are looking to invest or apply for business funding, right? They're looking at your history, not only business history, but personal history as well, right? So you always want to make sure that your personal credit is always in a healthy space, right? And it's also really good practice if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, to separate the two, right? Mm-hmm. You want to separate personal from business, right? You don't want to commingle, as you say. You don't want to commingle the two.
Never
you need
commingle.
To keep them separate, okay?
You don't want your CPA to be pissed off at you because they're looking at your books every month or every quarter.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, and this is even outside of just credit, but just your finances. You never want to spend personal expenses on your business debit card or business credit card, right? Mm-hmm. You want to separate the two. And this is why it's important that you understand the importance of having a business checking account, right? Mm-hmm. And when it comes to your business expenditures, that's separate. When it comes to your personal expenditures, that's separate. You have a personal checking, you have a business checking account. And this is all inside of my ebook. So if you like, subscribe, comment, right, and you share with at least one person, I will give you a copy of the ebook that has truly transformed a lot of our students, a lot of our clients' lives, right? So
what do they have to do again to get a free ebook?
All you need to do is like, share, comment below, right? What you got out of this segment, this episode, right? And to share with at least one person, right?
Good.
That's it, right? In order to be a blessing, we have to in order to receive a blessing, we have to be a blessing.
Yes.
We have to. If we have a piece of information where it's like, wait, this can actually help someone. I know someone that needs this information, that needs this value, right? Our blessings are connected through God's children, through other people, and we have to hold on to that. Don't hold on to the information just because, you know what, I know somebody needs this, right? So, keep everything separate, right? If you are a business owner and you don't have a registered business, if you don't have an EIN, which is your employer identification number, right? This number is a unique number associated with your business. This is how lenders are able to identify whether you're a liability, whether you're an asset, whether you've established good faith, good history with other lenders, right? Then you have your DUNS number. A lot of entrepreneurs, Joe, don't understand or don't even know what a Dun and Bradstreet number is. This is also a unique number tied to your business. So when you're applying for business funding and, you know, whatever you're looking to obtain to take your business to the next level, right? Dun and Bradstreet is basically the bureau for business owners, for entrepreneurs, right? This helps you create a healthy business credit profile, right? So the two things you need your LLC, you need your EIN, right? You need to register your business through your respective state, right? You need your DUNS number. This is completely free, by the way. You can get an EIN and a DUNS number for free, and you can get it knocked out within 20 minutes.
Well, I'll add to that. If you guys do exactly what he just said, and you subscribe, like, and comment, and share with one person, he drops step by step guide on his ebook on how to register your business, your EIN. He talks about all of that. So we're not going to give them too much value on that because the value is in that ebook. And again, you're sharing it with them. All you need to do again is subscribe, like, comment, share with one person. Absolutely. Because I told him, I said, boy, that is gold. What he put in there is gold. It is. It really is. And when you follow it step by step, you have already set yourself up for success.
That's good.
So I definitely encourage it. So one of the things we want to go ahead and leave you guys with, are steps to improve your credit starting today. Okay? And I just told you the first one. He just told you the first one. Subscribe, like, comment, and share with one person to get a free copy of his ebook that has so much value in there when it comes to your personal and business credit. That right there is truly positioning you for a better tomorrow. So that's going to be the first one. Okay. And then, of course, pull your credit reports. Pull your credit reports. We're going to link the credit monitoring to this episode in the comments, and you will be able to get you a credit report. Okay. And you want to review it. You want to identify the errors on there, right? And then you want to go ahead and take action.
Yeah. Understand, your credit is not your enemy. It's a tool.
Yes.
It's not your enemy, right? We got to shift our mindset to be like, credit is not your enemy. It's a tool, right? Just like money. Money is not your enemy. It's a tool. When we shift our paradigm to say, again, money is not the root of all evil. Like, if you really think about it, and this is one of the reasons why the generation prior to us just didn't know, right? So, again, last week we talked about surviving versus thriving, right?
So good. Good episode.
So because of this, we need to get out of our own way and out of our own mind and paradigm to saying, wait a minute, for all these years of my life, whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever the case may be, I've been blaming a piece of paper for my lack thereof. Money is not the root of all evil. It is the consumer that possess the money. It's what you do with the money. Money is a tool to put other people in position to win, to create more cash flow, to set generations up after you to success. But if you're spending money on the wrong things, right, that's not pushing you and your lineage forward, you know the rest. So we got to stop blaming a piece of paper saying that is the root of all evil. If I put $100 on my table right now and I leave for 1 week and I come back, that $100 is going to be exactly where I left it. Money has no emotion. Money has no personality. And I wanted to share that because we have to get out of our own way. When you are oblivious to the matters of personal finance, to financial literacy, you're going to constantly live in this rabbit hole of making the same mistakes with your finances. Okay? So again, money, your credit is not your enemy. It's a tool, right? Shift your relationship, shift your viewpoint on money and credit, and your life is going to elevate more than you know. We're going to put the link for the credit monitoring, right, in the description below. Create an account, check your credit report with all 3 credit bureaus. And if you need some assistance, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to serve you, to help you on getting you back on track. 2025 is not over.
It's not.
We listen, we still got time. You can set and position your family up for success. I understand the holidays are right around the corner, but listen.
Gear up, y'all.
Gear up. You got to ask yourself, man, listen, I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? Our pastor talked about we can confuse seasons with cycles, right? Like we're always like this is another season. No, this is just a habitual cycle that we are constantly putting ourselves in when it comes to our finances. We can't blame it on a season. We got to blame it on this habitual cycle. So when we understand, listen, I'm constantly spending money that I don't have, right? Where I need to be positioning me and my family, especially if you have children, especially if you have a family, it's time to strategize, organize, implement that monthly budget, pull your bank statements. That's going to tell you everything that you need to know. You're going to highlight, and you're going to be like, man, I'm spending way too much money on this. I'm spending way too much money on that. I just need to position my family to a better tomorrow, right? So make sure you click the link, create a credit monitoring account. If you need assistance, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help and assist you. And then, make sure you like, comment, share, right, with at least one person, subscribe, and you'll get a copy of my ebook, and go out there and flourish.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, this was good stuff. This was very educational, much needed. You know, we're going to continue to come on here and drop gems. And, you know, we've given you guys some very basic steps to take to help you for your future self, right? Always remember those small, consistent steps can truly turn things around.
That's good.
So if you take those little steps and exactly what we've given you, I'm telling you, you would definitely be. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. The year is not over, and there is so much that can change in these next 90 days. Hear me clear. So much. Set yourself up for a great 2026. Finish strong and set the tone for 2026 because we're coming heavy.
We'll see you guys next week. Love you guys.